So what about the other way then? If say I was working a 9 to 5 job and I was making just straight W-2 income. I'm not a business owner. I'm not a rental property investor, but I'm investing in my 401k and mutual funds, and I want to get into real estate. What are the things that I should be thinking about in terms of, cash flow, taxes, and depreciation, and what's the best strategy to start investing in real estate?
I think number one, you need to get really savvy because to a certain extent, anyone can go invest in real estate tomorrow. You can just wake up and buy a property and rent it out. But what you don't necessarily see is you might be competing with like the Tom Brady or the Peyton Manning of real estate across the street, who can get money cheaper than you, who can get their house service cheaper than you, who can get better tenants than you, and do everything that you're doing for a lot less money and make more money, depending on where you're at. So I think you need to be mindful of that. I don't think it's a bad idea to consider go hire a financial planner, build a budget, have a statement of cash flows, cash flow out. If you do purchase a rental property, you might want to hire an attorney, depending on how much capital you're deploying. You might want to consider an LLC or serial LLC. Work with an accountant. I see a lot of people that own rental properties that don't know they need to capture depreciation expense. They're just doing their taxes on their own. And that depreciation expense is something an accountant can walk you through. I'm not giving you any tax advice. I'm just saying if you don't talk to an accountant, you could be missing out and saving a couple $1,000s or more a year in potential tax savings, depending on your situation. And then additionally, asset location, different ways to position that in relation to your other assets. Because as we talked about, if you do direct investment real estate, that's now a part-time job. And is it worth your time? And do you want it to be worth your time? I think there's a lot of people, they would just like to, at some point, get to a point where they quit their 9 to 5 and do something else. Or maybe they quit their 9 to 5 and they just manage rental properties.
I hope you got some value out of this portion of the interview with Kit Lancaster. If you did, hit subscribe below. He's a good friend of mine. He's a great financial planner who offers a ton of great advice in the rest of this interview. So if you want to hear the full interview, just click on the link in the comment section below. Also, you can search Living Off Rentals on any podcast player that you typically listen to, and you can subscribe there. Also, I'd love to hear from you on who you'd like me to interview on this channel. Who is it that's a rental property investing expert who could really offer some great advice to this community? I'll reach out to them and see if I can get them to come on and do an interview with us. Also, we have a really active and engaged Facebook community at the Living Off Rentals Facebook group. So go on over there, join the Facebook community, ask a question, get engaged, meet some other people who are some really great rental property investors, and I will see you in the next video.